Hi, I am Devyansh, a first year student of IIM Tiruchirappalli, and I will be posting one of the problem our Indian economy is facing. Imagine walking into an Indian electronic store. You will find smartphones, laptops, and home appliances. But if you check the labels, most of them say made in India, no, made in China or made in Vietnam. But why is not made in India dominating the shelves? Despite being the fifth largest economy, India's manufacturing sector contributes only 17% to the GDP, much lower than China, that's 28 to 30%. Even though we have seen campaigns like Made in India and schemes like PLI, the growth is still slow. So, what's holding India's manufacturing sector back? In this video, we would explore the reason behind this sluggish growth, its impact on the Indian economy, and solution needed to unlock the potential. Let's start by understanding where we stand. GDP contribution. India only contributes 17% to the GDP and China nearly 30%. Even smaller economies like Vietnam and Bangladesh are catching up. This shows how we are far from being a global manufacturing leader. If we see employment, it employs only 12% of the workforce. In contrast, Vietnam employs nearly 25% of the workforce in this sector. That's twice as much. Export performance only 1.8% export, while China's dominate with over 13%. The PLI scheme was lower launched to boost manufacturing, but only 30 to 35% of the allocated fund have been used so far. Despite ambitious initiatives, India's manufacturing sector still struggles to gain momentum. Now, we see what are the reasons for the slow growth. High logistics and infrastructure cost. Picture this: if you own a if you own a factory in India, it costs you around 40% of the GDP just to handle the logistics. While in countries like China, it's 8 to 9%. Poor infrastructure, road coordination, and slow custom clearance makes production costly and inefficient. Now we come to the problem of bureaucratic red tape. Imagine applying for a factory license again. You're buried in layers of paperwork needing approvals from multiple departments. These lengthy processes discourage both foreign and domestic investors. Result: delayed growth. Low technological adoption is also one of the key concerns. While countries like Korea and Germany have automated manufacturing, and many factories still rely on outdated machinery in India. This reduces efficiency and product quality, making India's good less competitive globally. Though India's have a 45% of the youth, but its most of the workforce is jobless because they lack necessary skills to be a part in production process. Another constant is MSME's credit constant. 90% of the India's manufacturing units are MSMEs, and they face credit constant due to bank considering them risky borrowers. To solve this, many startups have come in this field. One of them is Off Business, which provide them finance, help them in working process, inventory, and provide them with the contracts. Low R&D investment is one of the reason. India spends only 0.65% of GDP on R&D, while China spends 2.4%. You can see what is the difference is there. Now we see what is the impact on the economy: limited job creation, rising trade deficit with slow domestic production. India imports more than it exports. Our trade deficit widens, making us economically vulnerable. Low value addition. India produce most of the product which are at the lower at a bottom of value addition. See, for having a competitive advantage, you as a industry you need to add more value addition to your product, so your exports will also increase. And now, if we see what could be the solution and roadmap, the one could be improve infrastructure so that we can reduce logistics cost by 9 to 10%. Strengthen MSMEs, providing subsidized loans, guarantee credits, establish manufacturing clusters to better cost economy, boost R&D and tech adoption, spending more on R&D going close to 2%. Also focus on skill development like Skill India program with focus on AI, robotics and IoT, build industry academia partnership for practical training and simplify regulations, implement single window clearance for faster approvals, reduce compliance cost. With these reforms, India's manufacturing sector can survive. Despite the challenge, India's manufacturing sector have massive